everyone, the Axe is back with another reaction, and we are continuing the Firefly journey. Now where we last left off, obviously Malcolm and the gang were tricked by someone that was obviously claiming to be his wife, but obviously had evil intentions. So with that pretty much already set, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get back right into the series. But before we get started, if you are new to the channel and you want to see all my future reaction and commentary videos, click on that subscribe button down below and help grow the channel. Also, if you want to check me out offline, check me out on my Instagram. Alright, so let's get on with the show as Axe Spotlights Firefly, Season 1, Episode 7.
Far from Alliance control. Out here, people struggle to get by with the most basic technologies. A ship would bring you work.
Gun, you keep it.
A captain's goal was simple. Find a crew, find a job.
Keep flying.
Keep flying.
Just keep going no matter where you go. You're like a drifter.
I use swear words like anybody else.
See, I never heard you. So when is it that you do all this cussing after I go to bed, or?
I swear when it's appropriate.
Simon, the whole point of swearing is that it ain't appropriate.
You shouldn't swear, but it's only to be if you're gonna intensify something.
See you two tomorrow. Don't let Mal get you into too much trouble while I'm gone.
Fine, Al. Have good sex. What?
Simon's like, awkward. What the hell? What are you doing now, Jayne?
This would be a perfect time for a swear word.
Need to find some tape.
So you had to tear my infirmary apart?
Apparently.
You're like a trained ape without the training.
Canton don't allow guns in their town.
That's why I ain't strapping one to my hip.
No, that's why you ain't strapping one anyway.
I was gonna say.
I was in Canton a few years back. I might have made me a few enemies thereabouts.
Enemies? No, how can it be?
Why are you still arguing what's been decided?
What did you do, Jayne? What did you do this time?
Atmospheric, you were good to go.
Thanks, Wash.
Oh, of course, the last episode. That's why he went over. That's why Mal went to go see Saffron. He wanted to get the ship back also. Duh. I love the way the doctor was sarcastic with Jayne.
Ken really stinks.
That's what makes it such a great drop point. No one comes to that doesn't have. Kessler's our man. He's holding the goods we're to deliver. We go in, make contact, easy peasy. Zoe, you're holding down the fort.
Don't I usually stay with the ship?
I outrank you. Have fun.
They make mud.
Clay, really. Serenity's got more than a few ceramic parts in her. Captain, don't you think Simon should come with us?
Kaylee, I don't think so.
You go on, boy. See the sights. I can watch over your sister. I believe we've been developing a rapport. Go on. I'm a shepherd, after all. I should be able to keep my eye on a flock of what?
Don't take too kindly to sights here, which is why we're posing as buyers. There ain't a one of us that looks apart more than the good doctor. I mean, the pretty fits. Soft hands, definitely a moneyed individual. All rich and lily white, pasty all over.
All right.
Let's be getting back to landing, unless you have business here.
Yes, I'm looking to buy some mud.
Clay.
Well then, come to the right place.
It got all over his suit. Who knows how much he paid for that thing?
We have over 2,000 workers, mostly indentured. We pay them next to nothing. That way we can pass the savings directly onto you, the customer.
Saving.
It's terrible. That's literally slave labor.
We mix it, we brick it raw right here on the premises. You had the right catalyst, you kiln it proper. This stuff's 10 times stronger than steel and half the weight.
I've heard great
What happened to Simon? Who is this diabolical master of disguise?
He's learning.
Why don't we wander a bit, take a look at the operation, then you can figure on whether we get an account.
Let's just do this deal and get.
This disguise ain't half as funny as yours.
You really think you need that get-up? No one's gonna remember you.
Are you sure? What the? Oh yeah. I don't care. I'm still free. You can't take the sky from me. Take me out to the black. Tell 'em I ain't coming back. You can't take the sky from me. There's no place I can be since I found serenity. But you can't take the sky from me.
Tell me how come there's a statue of you here looking at me like I own something? Seriously, Jayne, you want to tell me?
I got no rotten idea. Pulled a second story, stole a lot of scratch from the Magistrate up on the hill. But things went way south. I tell it, they don't put you on a pedestal in town square for that.
Ooh.
This must be what going mad feels like.
I think they captured him, though. Captured his essence.
Instead of us hanging around playing art critic, how's about we move away from this eerie-ass piece of work and get on with our increasingly eerie-ass day?
This here's a spectacle might warrant a moment's consideration.
Everywhere I go, his eyes keep following me.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you have that kind of
I cost the
artwork, that needs to go in the
magistrate of this
museum.
company town. Understand?
Magistrate the
He ain't exactly a forgiving sort of guy.
thievery, unbelievable.
Mr. Higgins, we'll do fine.
And you can call me Inara, Mr. Higgins.
It's a rare pleasure. Your visit to my little moon?
Shall we begin at, say, 7:30?
Perfect. I have a feeling it will take all your arts to deal with this particular problem.
Every problem, Mr. Higgins, is an opportunity in disguise.
Mr. Higgins has a pretty interesting setup, place. Looks very California styled.
Bible's broken. Contradictions, false logistics, doesn't make sense. So we'll integrate non-progressional evolution theory with God's creation of Eden. 11 inherent metaphoric parallels already there. Important number, prime number. 1 goes into the house of 11 times, but always comes out 1. Noah's Ark is a problem. We'll have to call it early quantum state phenomenon. Only way to fit 5,000 species of mammal on the same boat.
Wow, interesting.
River, you don't fix the Bible.
It's broken. Makes sense.
It's not about making sense. It's about believing in something. Letting that belief be real enough to change your life. It's about faith. You don't fix faith, River. It fixes you.
To be honest with you, I don't know if I can agree with that. I think you have to fix things on your own through right here.
They call it mother's milk. All the protein, vitamins, and carbs of your grandma's best turkey dinner, plus 15% alcohol.
It worked for the Egyptians. Not so different from the ancestral form of beer they fed the slaves to build their pyramids. It's liquid bread. Kept them from starving and knocked them out at night so they wouldn't be inclined to insurrection.
Wow, Simon, that was so historical.
What's a gussied up fellow like you doing in a place like this?
Just the way she smiled at him.
Shake your head, boy. Your eyes are stuck.
Oh no, he recognized him from the statue.
I knew it, Keston. He was a good middleman, low profile, didn't filch. Last week, the factory foreman and his Prague crew heard he was moving contraband through town. Gave him a peck of trouble for it. The kind where they hacked off his hands and feet with a machete. Your man's merchandise is here, safe in Kessler's hiding place. We just gotta figure out how to get it across town without being seen by the foreman and his prods. I advise we all just lay low for a moment.
Wow. They really don't mess around on that planet.
He robbed from the rich and he gave to the poor. Stood up to the man and he gave him what for. The hero of Canton, the man they called Jayne. And he saw the magistrate taking every dollar and leaving 5 cents.
You got any light you'd like to shed on this development?
Be what going mad feels like.
Oh yeah, because the doctor got bullied a lot by him and of course the captain.
For you now, ain't hard to explain. The hero of Canton, the man they called.
That's why they painted that statue.
Man they called Jayne. He turned around his plane and let that money hit the sky.
I stole that money from Higgins, like the song says. Lifted me in one of his hovercraft. I got tagged by anti-aircraft. Started losing altitude. Had to dump them strong boxes. Stay airborne.
Oh, so he was gonna take that money anyway.
60,000. And I drop it right square in the middle of Mud Farmer Central.
We gotta go to the crappy town where I'm a hero.
You know, Alan Tudyk is actually very funny throughout this series. I can see why some of you guys like him.
But I want to put them back, so...
Sorry. What's that?
What the hell did you stick?
Whoa.
The little boy, of course, he told on him. So he mistakenly took something for himself. And he wasn't going to give it to any of these guys whatsoever. Jayne isn't really a hero.
He's come back! It's Jayne!
Hero of Canton won't be drinking that Shung Man, yeah? He drinks the best whiskey in the house! Best there ever was!
Oh, he's not a hero, dude.
Going on, this how people lay low where you're from?
Not generally, no.
Listen, friend, I came here to make sure a deal went down solid. Not to get chopped up by the Canton prod crew and fed to the bog.
I understand your concerns, friend. This was all part of our new plan.
Inara, allow me to introduce my son, Fess Higgins.
Mr. Higgins, this shuttle is a place of union. I'm sure you can appreciate
What is this? I brought you here to bed, my son, not throw him a tea party.
Sir.
Hey.
A companion greeting ceremony is a ritual with centuries of
My
tradition.
son is 26 years old, and he ain't yet a man. And since he can't find a willing woman
Mr. Higgins,
himself...
you're not allowed here. Only your son belongs here.
Well, I'm...
Now, why don't you go on?
Just the look on the face of his son. He looks like he didn't even... He was like, really, dude? He's like, Dad, you're embarrassing me.
You know, I've saved lives. Dozens. I reattached a girl's leg. Her whole leg. She named her hamster after me. I got a hamster. He drops a box of money. He gets to town.
Hamsters is nice.
To Jayne. Box dropping, man ape gone wrong thing.
You know, you are pretty funny.
And you're pretty.
Pretty. Come on.
Just say that you're pretty. Even when you're covered in engine grease, you're... No, it's especially when you're covered in engine grease.
Unconditional love.
Things are going so well.
I suppose. Jayne's certainly feeling better about life, but
I
no, really
said things are going well.
Oh, well. Jayne is stuck here with his adoring masses. Why don't you and Simon hang around and keep an eye on him for me?
Cheers, dude.
Please, why don't you come on out?
No, can't. Too much hair.
Over hair?
It's the rules of my order. Like the book, it symbolizes...
River, honey, he's putting the hair away now.
It'll still be there.
I don't... Over hair?
Where you guys been? Mal, Bernoulli's chomping at the bit. Says he wants his merchandise yesterday.
Did you know that Jayne is a bona fide folk hero? Got a song and everything.
You've been drinking, husband.
That he has. Don't make it any less the case.
You tell me that Jayne...
It's true. We talked a few pillars of the Mutter community into having a little Jayne Day celebration in Town Square tomorrow. It should buy us enough of a distraction to get the stolen goods out from under the foreman and his crew of prods.
You're really gonna have to start again.
You look so embarrassed.
My father's right again, I guess.
Your father isn't right, Fess. It's not embarrassing to be a virgin. It's simply one state of being. Companions choose the people they're to be with very carefully. For example, if your father had asked me to come here for him, I wouldn't have. But you're different from him. The more you accept that, the stronger you'll become.
You know what? She's absolutely like that. You know, she admits, you know, you can be better than your parents. And that's what a child should do. He or she should always be better than your parents if they were not great to begin with.
If the Mutters are together on a thing, there's too many of us to be put down. So in the end, he just called it a bonus. And then, when we put that statue of you in Town Square, he rolled in, wanted to tear it down, but the whole town rioted.
My very own riot?
I can't believe you're back.
How could I stay away?
Only his little moment of fame right there.
There's a problem in Workertown, sir.
Oh.
Jayne Cobb's come back.
That's the man he stole from. Oh, and his son's with Inara. Oh, that's big trouble.
Even a stitch?
What do you want with me?
Nothing. Done your time, you paid your debt.
Stitch? What happened to his eye?
You keep me in that box 4 years. You give me a loaded gun. I'm not the one who partnered up with you and then turned on you when his plan went south. How high up was that shuttle when he pushed you out? 30 feet? Jayne Cobb cost you 4 years of your life, plus a perfectly good eyeball.
Oh, he fought with him, against him.
He's back in town. This very day. Best of luck in your new life.
Oh my god, he jailed and he's using him out for revenge against Jayne. That is so messed up. This guy treats everyone horribly.
Captain.
Hey, Mel,
This isn't what it looks like.
No, I would never. Not with Kaylee.
What do you mean not with me?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Hard to explain the hero of Canton, and they call me. Or maybe another milk.
No, living legend needs to come with us. He's got a little appearance to make.
He does?
That's right. This job here's gone way past long enough.
Love him and leave him, eh?
Where are you going?
Going with you.
I don't think so. No, maybe you ought to stay here. It's about the time for a civilized person to have his...
Ooh.
...thing would be appropriate, don't you think?
You just admitted she was pretty. You're in... I can't believe this. The moment he sobers up, he's like, likes to pretend that doesn't happen. I hate that. You gotta be the real deal, man. You know deep down... Simon knows deep down inside he cares for her.
I just thought I'd feel different after. Aren't I supposed to be a man now?
A man is just a boy who's old enough to ask that question. Our time together, it's a ritual. It means something to your father. I hope it was not entirely forgettable for you, but it doesn't make you a man. You do that yourself.
Is that really him? Wash, pinch me. I must be dreaming.
Oh, hell, I'll pinch you.
Do you really think we can get this stuff across town without being noticed?
Gotta find it first. Here we go. Let's get it.
Nice.
See, there's this man. What happened when I was growing up here? He stole a ton of money from my dad and gave it to the poor, to my father's workers. He's become kind of a folk hero in Canton.
Go on.
Well, he's back. Apparently, he landed here yesterday.
Oh, shit.
I know this man.
No.
He just has this idiotic sense of nobility, you know? He can never just let things go. He thinks he's this hard-hearted criminal, and he can be unrelenting. There's a side to him that's just so...
You mean you actually know Jayne?
Jayne? Talking about Jayne Cobb?
Yes, Jayne Cobb, the hero of Canton. The only person I ever saw who stood up to my father.
Oh, yes.
Let him trace back to his ship. He had port control, put a landlock on it.
Oh.
Jayne will get back and find out that he's grounded. I sort of hate the idea of his getting caught.
Yes, that would be bad.
How shocked she was. She didn't even know. But he's got to step in and stand up to his father more.
You're gonna take me, that dirty, low-down shingle of a man. I don't know who you... Look at me, you panty-waist idiot!
Idiot.
I just spent the last 4 years steaming in a hot box and you're sirring me? Folks say you're part of Jayne's team. So, where's that no-good reptile? Tell me, boy, I'll cut off every last bit of them good looks.
That did nothing to him, too.
Come on, sir. Let's just get in there. Magistrate says no.
We hold position.
Zoe, pack down the cargo. Wash, you heat up Serenity.
Well, I want to thank you all for being here and thinking so much of me. You people have been given the shortest end of the stick ever been offered a human soul in this crap hill-verse. But you took that end. Well, you took it. Well, I guess that's something. Stitch hissing.
Thought I'd make you watch while I butcher me one of your boys.
You ain't one of mine. Where you been hiding? You done got yourself looking mighty hideous.
Honey.
Kaylee? What's this about a hero of Canton?
I ain't a hero, Stitch. Just a working stiff like you.
Yep, he's right. Heck, we used to work together, he and I. Now why don't you just let old Stitch speak his piece? Whole lot of money in a magistrate's safe, weren't there, Jayne? But then our plane took a hit and we're going down. We dumped the fuel reserve, dumped the life support, hell, we even dumped the seats. And there's Jayne, the money.
For himself, yep.
He dropped it on the mudders.
By accident, you inbred dunghead. He tossed me out first.
Yeah, he really was a criminal.
Whether he turned me up or I could scream.
You'd have done the same.
You protect the man you're with. You watch his back. Everybody knows that.
You talk me to death, buddy. Is that the plan?
This is the plan.
Oh my god. Oh! That was a perfect aim. He just showed his true colors also.
What'd you do that for? What's wrong with you? Did you hear a word he said? You think there's someone just gonna drop money on you? Money they can use? Well, there ain't people like that. There's just people like me.
He was greedy as hell, and he always will be. His own statue, too.
Has there been a problem with takeoff?
Is there a problem?
No, we're fine.
You did.
Oh, he did it, of course.
I sent an override to port control. Lifted the landlock on Surin.
Dare you defy me, you...
You wanted to make a man out of me, Dad. I guess it worked.
He stood up to his father. That's insane.
Just keep walking, preacher man.
You gotta be steely. Can't be letting men stomp on you so much.
It wasn't exactly a plan.
He ain't weak. You couldn't beat him back? Or would that not be appropriate?
You smashed a glass on his eye, dude.
I mean, you like me well enough, and we get along, and you go all stiff. What's so damn important about being proper? It don't mean nothing out here in the black.
It's all I have. I mean, my way of being polite, or was the only way I have of showing you that I like you, of showing respect.
We made love last night.
When we what?
He was drunk.
We are such an easy mark.
I really love how their relationship is escalating a little bit.
Why the hell did that mother have to go and do that for him, Hal? Jumping in front of that shotgun blast.
He was just trying to protect you.
Probably sticking that statue right back up. I don't know why that eats at me so.
Every man ever got a statue made of him. Was one kind of sumbitch or another. Ain't about you, Jayne. It's about what they need.
Don't make no sense.
Now, that's the first time I've ever seen Jayne ever so guilt-ridden over something like that. Alright, and that's a wrap on Firefly Episode 7. Obviously, this time around, we ended up getting the backstory, and that is focused on Jayne. We find out he's actually we've always known he's been kind of an a-hole. This only cements that it's always about him. But it was here he realized that, you know, when that guy jumped in to save him from getting shot, he felt so guilt-ridden over it because, first of all, he accidentally provided hope for these workers. You know, you can see where the class differences are between the rich and the poor right here. You see, obviously, this billionaire or this rich landowner or whatever he was, you obviously see the workers getting abused and not getting paid for, slave labor. So I think one of the best moments in this episode was Inara teaching his son, you know, to be his own man, to stand up for what's right. This shows you just how absolutely amazing of a character Inara really is, and she is more useful, and I think this was a really defining moment for her. And that's a wrap, and we'll see you on the next episode, and until then, the spotlights are off. Bye, everyone.